is Kelly Hill Yoga. Welcome to this power flow. I'm so excited for you to hang out with me today as we get moving and grooving on our mats, getting our heart pumped up, our energy levels going, and maybe even a little bit of a mental cleanse, cleaning out all those cobwebs, all that schedule, all that need to, I have to, and letting it set off to the side for just a little bit, taking some time and love for yourself here as we move and groove on our mat. So I'll stop yakking and we'll get started with our practice. And today we'll start in Tadasana. You can come to the top of your mat. I'm just going to face you all just so we can start this practice together. And we'll start with our hands down to our sides here in this wonderful mountain pose. Take the shoulders up to the ears a few times and down and away, just waking up ourselves a little bit here. Lift that crown of the head up towards the sky, and then even take the back of your head and just gently press into the back of space here to tuck the chin, waking up that cervical spine a little bit here. And then we'll have our fingertips just gently reaching down towards your mat. A little bit of integrity in your belly here. And we'll slowly bring our awareness into this space here, just gently focusing on our breath, that inhale and exhale, without trying to manipulate it or take control in this moment. Just let your breath naturally be whatever it is. Closing the eyes so you can turn off a layer of distraction. Not so easily done when we're practicing at home sometimes. So maybe it's closing the door and closing the eyes. Maybe even a little bit of background music for yourself just to turn off that layer. And turn up the volume to you and yourself on this mat right now. Finding a little bit of space and time. Time for you, time to focus, time to be aware, and starting with the breath here in this first beautiful pose of our day and this power practice today. And I don't want you to be intimidated or cultivate any sort of worry with that word power, all right? So it's just getting our heart pumping, tapping into our own inner power that is already there. That heart, those lungs are going to work together today in unison. Slowly breathe in. And now let's take 3 really beautiful breaths in through the nose. And slow and steady out through the mouth. In through the nose. Slow and steady out through the mouth. Last one, in through the nose. Slow and steady out through the mouth. Ensuring we're not locking out those knee joints. Keeping a little bit of love and lightness down there. Gentle micro bend. Now let's get a little bit mindful, matching breath and body together. We'll start to inhale and reach the arms up. You can open your eyes if you want or keep those eyes closed. Exhale to slowly float the arms down. And inhale to reach up. Maybe even take the gaze up towards those thumbs and sky or ceiling. Exhale down, matching breath and body. And let's start to get a little bit more movement. On this next exhale, a little bend of the knees as we bring the hands down. Inhale, press through the feet, extend the arms, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms down. Inhale to reach. Exhale down. All right, on this next one, as we inhale, come up to reach, take that right wrist, come grab onto that left wrist, and we'll reach up and over towards the right here. Breathe into that left lung, and yes, I know you can't physically take your breath there. It's just creating a little bit more room, a little bit more of a stretch on that left side. Inhale, come back to center, reach those arms. Exhale, float it down, bend the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find some length, both sides of the body. Take that hand or that right wrist into your hand with the left and reach up and over. Finding a nice stretch here. Take the breath into your right side body now. We're breathing into that right lung. Center of your chest reaches up towards the sky. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, bend the knees, float the arms down. Inhale to reach back up. Exhale, bend the knees, floating down. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale to reach. And this time, at the top of our mat, exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, melting down. Letting the back of those legs start talking to you, start that conversation. Maybe have a generous bend in the knees here. I know my hamstrings are always super tight after sitting all day long, hanging out on our devices. Let the crown of your head release down towards your mat here. All right, now we'll start to get mindful in this forward fold. On your next breath in, inhale, lift yourself up halfway, sliding the hands onto the shins. Exhale, fold, melting down. And start to get fluid here. Inhale, reach up halfway. Exhale, fold it down. Continuing this little wave-like movement to come up to that nice lengthened spine, and exhale to melt back down. Inhale to lift up, lengthen. Crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches back. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Beautiful. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees. Reach the arms out to the side as you come up to stand again, finding some length. And now we'll do a gentle twist. Our left hand will come forward. Right hand will come back. We're warming ourselves up here. And that right hip here will reach towards the front of our space. So we're trying to keep all this movement from the bottom of the ribs and up, working on that thoracic spine. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, open up to the left here. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. We'll do one more time on each side. Inhale to reach, coming through center. Exhale, open to the right. Left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Back to center. Inhale, reach, and open to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Come back to center, reach, find that space on both sides of your body here, big, just got out of bed stretch. Exhale, fold forward, melting down. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway, a nice flat back. Exhale, fold it down, press into the feet, come up to stand, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, going right into the next forward fold here. Inhale, lift ourselves up to that nice flat back. Reach the arms out in front of us. Exhale to sit back to chair, sitting those hips back. Gaze is at that horizon here. Belly is strong. Holding for a few rounds of breath. Tapping into that power flow for a reason. It's there, I promise you. Let's do 3 more breaths. Sinking a little bit deeper on each exhale. Yes, lifting that center of the chest up on each inhale. 1 more breath in. And exhale, fold and float forward. Yes. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. We'll step back to plank here. Press the mat away. Exhale, find your chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Rocking out that first flow. All meeting in our first downward dog. Lifting the hips up and back here. Swaying from side to side. Waking up a little bit more. That heart might be pumping. If you need a break, come down to child's pose. Take a nap on your mat. Hide for a little bit. Just turn up the volume of the video. Take a nap so your family still thinks you're doing a little bit of something for yourself. All right. So if you're still with me here, inhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forward. We'll step back to the top of our mat, back into our forward fold here. Inhale to lift yourself up halfway. Exhale to fold again. Root to rise. Reach those arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the center of our chest, our heart space here. We'll take a moment. Let's let our mind and body catch up with each other a little bit. I know my heart is pumping. I know my breath is a little bit more expedited. So let's find those powerful inhales. Exhale, let a little bit of that excess energy out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Find that reset. Inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, reset. Now let those arms come down to our sides. Inhale, reaching up again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. This time step the right foot back. We come into our runner's lunge. So our left foot is forward, right foot is back here. Sinking the hips down. Finding a little bit of room here to maybe shift forward and back. Waking up the front side of that right hip here. And then on your next breath in, we'll rise up to our crescent or high lunge. Sinking down, right hip is forwards. Left hip gently reaches back, trying to reach our hips towards the front of our space here. Now the goal here is to go through this little sequence on both sides, nice and slow, so we can build that alignment in our mind and in our bodies, strengthening that neurological pathway. And then the second time we go through it, we'll match breath and body together, getting really fun and fluid. All right, big inhale in, reach those arms. Exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. Coming into a crescent with a twist here, just like when we were standing. Keeping this from the bottom of the ribs up, shoulders down and away from the ears. Left hand comes back forward, re-lengthen back to that crescent lunge. And now open up to our warrior two. This back foot comes parallel to the back edge of that mat. Gaze out over that left hand. Shoulders away from the ears, keyword. Holding here, sinking those hips down. Integrity in that belly. Flip this front palm, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Holding in this peaceful warrior for a moment. Not letting everything come into this right side body here. We have length in both sides. The center of our chest is reached up towards the sky here. And then exhale, come through your warrior two and into a side angle. That left forearm can come down onto that left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead. Integrity all down that right side of our body here. Gaze down on your mat if you need a little bit of balance. Up towards the sky to challenge yourself. Coming back into that peaceful warrior. Reaching up. Finding that length. And then slowly cartwheeling back down to that runner's lunge. Frame that front foot here. Step the left foot back to our plank. Option here to rock out a flow if you want. We'll meet in downward dog. Or you can inhale, press that mat away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Finding my own breath here. We'll all meet in that downward dog. Shifting around. Getting ready to rock out that other side. Inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step to the top of our mat here. Forward fold. Letting our breath catch up. On your next breath in, lift yourself up halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, lift through that center of the chest, reach the arms, exhale, hands to our heart. Coming through that other side, nice and slow, building alignment, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold, floating down here. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. This time that left foot goes back, right foot is forward, runner's lunge. Swish around a little bit, shimmy, find some opening in our hips here. Plant your feet, find that contact, and then rise up to that high lunge. Holding here for a few breaths. Left hip is forward, right hip is back. Integrity in that belly. And I know I quite often repeat many phrases over and over throughout practice, but it's not only for you at home just to keep all those little bits of alignment, but I do it for myself too. It's things I need to work on. Teacher, practice, lots and lots of things to work on and grow through our practice of yoga here. All right, next breath in, reach and lengthen. Exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Find your balance. Your gaze down will help on that mat. Twisting from the ribs. Slowly come back to center, back to that high lunge. Embrace that little wobble if you have it. And then we'll open up to our warrior two, sinking those hips down. Getting nice and deep. This front right knee reaching towards that front right corner. Flip that front palm back to our peaceful warrior, or reverse warrior here. Center of the chest, reaching up, arcing this right hand up and behind us here. Generous bend in that front knee. Slowly back through that warrior two into our side angle on this other side. Length in the whole left side body now. This bottom right rib is reaching up towards the sky here. Let your next inhale lift and lengthen back to that peaceful warrior. Holding. Pause to get a little bit more in your body here. And then cartwheel everything back down to that runner's lunge. Right foot steps back into our plank. Inhale to press the mat away. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Fiery practice today. Slowly making our way back to that downward dog. One beautiful breath in. And then exhale. Slowly bring the knees down, taking them nice and wide. Big toes together. We'll come back to child's pose for 5 breaths here. Shifting our hips down, letting our body recalibrate a little bit here before we get into that beautiful fluid movement. Find your breath. I'll even remain a little bit quiet here so you can cultivate that focus. Taking your time here as much as you need. Cultivating presence with that breath. And then whenever you're ready, lift yourself back into that downward dog. Rising up. And then slowly bend those knees. Lead with the gaze, taking those eyes forward. And then step, hop, skip, or jump towards the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway here. Exhale to fold. Press into the feet and rise up to stand. Reach and lengthen. Take your time. Exhale, hands to our heart. Alrighty. Let's get ready to rock and roll. That whole sequence we just did, matching breath and body. Now, you will not be keeping up with me breath and body perfect unison, okay? And that's not to say that you're in a different place. It's just to say that it takes time for me to say something, your brain to register it, and then your body to react to that information. So follow along your own pace. Don't stress yourself out if you see yourself something different on the screen. Follow along. Find that breath and body. We just did it. So it's there, I promise you. All right, let's rock and roll this out together. Big, beautiful breath in. Lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step that right foot back. Inhale, rise up to crescent here. Exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Sinking down, follow along. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to that peaceful. Exhale, back to our runner's lunge. Step that left foot back. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, we'll meet in that downward dog. Woo, beautiful job. You're doing great. Inhale, big, powerful breath in. Gaze forward, step to the top of your mats. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach and lengthen. Right into the other side. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Left foot goes back, right is forward. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Exhale, twist, opening to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Sinking the hips down. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Wonderful. Inhale, back to that peaceful. Cartwheeling, floating down on that next exhale, back to our runners. Right foot steps back, back to our plank. Inhale, press that mat away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. We'll all meet in downward dog. Big, beautiful breath in, gaze forward. Exhale to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hands to our heart. Woo! Tell you what, my heart is pumping. Breath is riding along. But let's just take a minute for a little bit of gratitude here, thanking our bodies for how amazing we are. You didn't have to ask for your heart to make that adjustment. You didn't have to ask your breath to make that adjustment. It naturally did it. You are powerful, I promise you. All right. 3 cleansing breaths. Now, I will give you the option, if you want to, you can rock it out with me one more time on each side, and then we'll head downstream. Or skip past this next part, take a break, grab some water, take that nap I talked about a little bit ago. But if you're ready to go, let's rock it out one more time, all right? Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step that left foot back here, right foot is forward. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Exhale, crescent twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Find that length. Inhale, back to our peaceful. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step that right foot back. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Skip the vinyasas this time. Find that little intuitive mind that tells you what you need in this moment. All right, back in this downward dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of our mat. Inhale to halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to root to rise. Right into the next side. Exhale to fold. We're almost done, I promise you. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands. This time that right foot goes back. Inhale, rise up to crescent. Move at your own pace. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior two. Yes. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Find that length. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, floating down, runner's lunge. Left foot comes back. Last vinyasa here. Find your flow. We'll all meet in downward dog. Yes, we made it through both sides. Thank your body. Do a little happy dance. Shimmy from both sides here. All right, we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. We're not going to rush through this downward dog. Tap into that little bit of power left in you here. I know you're fatigued. I know that heart is pumping. Your breath is rocking and rolling, but find that little bit of discipline to stay here. Maybe a little smile on your face. Or if you're feeling the opposite, just don't throw anything at your computer screen here. If you want to throw something at me, that's okay. Keep that frown on your face if you want. All right. Big, beautiful breath in. And then next exhale, float it down into our child's pose. Holding here for a breath or 2. Settling down, making our way down to the mats. Arms can be out in front of you or reach back towards those feet. Find some supports. Let your head rest on your mat here. Let your body naturally settle a little bit. It knows what to do. Ride out that rhythm. And let's slowly lift ourselves. And we'll make our way to seated here with our legs out in front of us. Nice and long. Micro bend in the knees. We're just going to show a little bit of love to our legs and spine, and then we'll close out this practice. Inhale to reach, lifting both sides of the ribs, center of the chest up. Exhale, heart reaches towards that feet here. Inhale to slide the hands back and reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale to slide the arms back. And this time, on this third and final, find your full expression here, but do your best to not grab onto something, trying to grab onto those feet and force yourself to be in an uncomfortable pose. Wherever the hands land, that is where you need to be here. And then gently let that chin melt towards your sternum here. And take your breath and breathe into the backside body here. Just inviting a little bit more love, a little bit more space with that breath all along the spine. And we'll slowly lift ourselves back up to seated here, nice and tall in our spine. And then we'll take our right foot and bring it to the outside of our left thigh here. Then this left hand, hug this right leg. And when you hug it, get a little bit of leverage, a little bit of lift, and then open up to the right here, coming into a seated twist, taking the gaze over that right shoulder. And your breath, when we're in twists like this, you want it to be nice and smooth. If you feel like that breath is kind of becoming a little restricted or a little bit staccato, just come out of that twist just a little bit. Slowly bring yourself back to center here. Extend that right leg back out, and we'll do those 3 dynamic forward folds again. So inhale to reach, exhale, center of the chest melts forward. Inhale to slide back, exhale, reach forward. Inhale to slide back. Find your expression this time. Holding here this time for 3 breaths. Melt that head down. It's okay to have a little bit of rounding in the spine here, but we really want to keep this hinged at the hips. As little or as much bend in the knees as you need here. And if you feel like any part of your spine is stressing out, just lift yourself up and out of it a little bit here. Use your next inhale in, that next breath to lift back up. And then this time, that left foot will cross to the outside of that right thigh. Right arm wraps around that left leg. And then open up to the left, taking the gaze. Even the eyeballs, getting a little workout in our eyeballs here. Especially when we stare at screens. I know we're on one right now for this practice, but really take your eyes off of it and just listen as much as you can. Try and be present. Slowly make your way back to center. Extend your legs, soles of the feet to our mat. Shift yourself so you're back at the center of your mat here. And then we'll slowly come back down onto our back here. We'll give ourselves a big full body stretch. Just got out of bed stretch. And then exhale, hug those knees into the chest, Apanasana. See if you can keep that upper back nice and grounded on your mat here and a little tuck of the chin. You can sway from side to side if that feels good. And then we'll gently release here. Soles of the feet come back down to our mats. And one last bit of strength here, one last little bit of power. We'll come into our bridge pose. So find some ground on the surface of the bottom of the soles of the feet. And then we'll lift the hips up, pressing in, squeezing everything to midline. You can find your bind if you want, interlacing those hands, walking that upper back up and underneath here. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. Just showing that posterior chain a little bit of attention. Breathing through it. Come out of it if you need. Squeezing a little at the top. One more breath in. And then exhale. Release that bind if you had it and slowly roll back down. Back down to the spine. Tailbone is last to touch. Hug the knees into the chest. Release that low back. Release those glutes. And then we'll come into a happy baby here, grabbing the outside of the feet or peace finger those big toes. Get a little playful if you want. Roll around. Close the eyes. We didn't do a whole lot of crazy hip openers today with abduction, so it might be a little bit tight, and that's okay. And then we'll extend those legs nice and long, setting up for our Shavasana. So this is your chance to grab as many props as you want. Grab a blanket, grab some pillows, grab a bolster, or just come to your mat. You can be seated, you can lay down here, walk that upper back so it's nice and grounded, and we're open across the chest here. Choose where you want your hands. Soften. Let's do those 3 just really cleansing breaths, even cleansing away anything that happened in our practice here today, any little bits of judgments. Maybe we thought we were supposed to be a certain way, and we started to judge ourselves for not feeling a particular way. And right now, be in this moment, accept no matter what happened here by cleansing all those feelings away, starting with a new moment, a new breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Last one, inhale through the nose. Exhale to sigh it out. Finding that last little bit of release. Riding that exhale till every square inch of you is melted into the surface right now. You're not going anywhere. This is all you need in this moment, you on your mats. And know that you are human. The mind will wander. It may be halfway outside the space already, and that's okay. The moment you acknowledge that your mind isn't in the moment, That is bringing yourself back to the present. That is power in itself. And help keep it in place. Keep yourself here. Maybe just gently over these next few moments, whisper inhale and exhale to yourself. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you need. Stepping away, turning up that inner self-care that I thank you for being here, being present, no matter what your body gave you today. It was enough. You are enough.